question here is, what types of forces are there? Again, in this series of videos, we're going to look at different types of forces. We already looked at the gravitational force. We're going to continue our study of forces with another one called the normal force. Now, normal does not mean the opposite of abnormal in this case. It is actually a geometric term. The word normal in geometry means perpendicular. Usually we use the word normal to mean perpendicular when we're talking about a two-dimensional surface rather than a single line. In a single line we use perpendicular. So a normal force is a perpendicular force caused by a surface. For example, if you have this dog sitting on the table, the reason that gravity doesn't pull the dog down is because the normal force balances out the gravitational force and pushes up. And so it is supporting, in this case, the dog. It is a force that supports an object. So whenever you have a surface like a floor or a chair or a table, you will have a normal force acting on that object. Now again, all forces are going to be represented with the symbol F. This is no different. But we have to give a subscript so we know which type of force we're talking about. When it was the gravitational force, we gave a subscript of G. But now we have the normal force, so we're going to give a subscript of N for normal. All forces have the same types of units, and so this is no different. The unit of the normal force is the Newton. Now what I do want to point out to you here is that the normal force is not always straight up. So it is when it's on a level surface like this, because the line perpendicular to the surface in this situation is directly upward. However, if it is on an incline, so here we have the surface right here on an incline, the normal force is perpendicular to that surface. It is no longer straight upward, but bent slightly at an angle, perpendicular surface. Notice also that there's really no formula for the normal force. And that is because we are going to have to figure it out through arithmetic and geometry. For example, look at this situation with the dog. Let's say the dog had a gravitational force, that is the downward force. And let's say the gravitational force of the dog comes out to be something of the order of, let's say, 20 newtons. So that means that the normal force must balance out the downward force, and that the normal force would also be 20 newtons. So we're going to simply figure this out through arithmetic and geometry, but there's no steadfast equation for this force.